Hey everyone, welcome to my first review, if you will, in 1080p 60 frames per second at 60 FPSs. And I'm here to review, as you can probably see, issue 73 of Sonic Universe, part 3 of Spark of Life. This is not the original cover or the regular cover that you would get through Archie Comics or wherever. This is actually a variant cover. I tried to get the original cover, uh, just because, but unfortunately, Midtown was out of it. Um, I believe they were out of the original cover. Hard to believe, so I ended up getting the variant cover, which is pretty good. I think everybody would go for this, which is the Extreme BFFs variant. And you kind of see it plays off the whole Sonic and Knuckles deal right there, with Nicole and Sally's logo. And it has them going up against every single badnik, including Eggman and some of the newer ones, and it's having them both say, "Bring it on." Now, I do know that 74 is out finally. I plan to get that next week. I'll probably do that along with a few other issues. Do that probably as a overnight deal, maybe. Maybe an overnight, maybe a 2-day deal, so I can have at least by next week, maybe by next Friday, before I work, or next Thursday or something like that, so I can do a review. But again, I'm here to review 73. I got this in the mail from Midtown Comics along with issue, what was it? Can't even think of the issue right now. I think it was 54 of Mega Man, which was part 11 of Worlds Collide. And all it is, basically, that one is, majority of it is just Mega Man versus Bass and Sonic versus Metal. That's about it. Anyway, getting on to the story, I like the fact it's a decent conclusion. I mean, not conclusion, but a decent continuation, I should say, of Spark of Life. I like how we're getting more in-depth background on Nicole as well as Phage. I think we kind of got some hints of who Phage's real identity is, who she really is, and we kind of have an idea basically of that. We also find out that Phage is actually sort of a virtual AI virus, if you will, egg boss for Eggman. We do find that out. We do see that. We do find that out. But I do like the story, how it flows here in the issue. You can kind of see that Phage is kind of envious, maybe, of Nicole, but of the fact that she says she's fascinated in all that, and that Nicole, who's an AI like her, can come up with such a program to become organic and be able to interact with her friends. And I like the interaction at first between Nicole and Phage, as well, because here you have Nicole asking these questions of, did you do this to my friends? Did you do that? Did you do this? And you have Phage answering yes, 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 and Nicole's like, fine, that's all I need to know. And wham, she puts up this big old, look like a virus block or something to contain Phage, but that doesn't work. Phage is basically, boom, she just breaks out like it's nothing, and she basically tells Nicole that, hey, I've been here even before you were around. I know what's going on. I've been around. I'm here. Basically, she's acknowledging that she's been around longer than Nicole. Now, according to some fan over the Bumble King forums, this is kind of part of their theory where they figure, that Phage has basically got to be Nikki, which is the name of LED's daughter. We find that out as well. We find out that originally, and it goes back and forth between past and present day, that LED was trying to use the digitizer to originally, I think, upload his daughter's memory, her brainwaves and all that, to try to maybe accomplish what Nicole has accomplished, and that's create some kind of holographic body of some kind of Nikki to try to bring her back. And unfortunately, as we found out in earlier issues, that didn't happen. But overall, it is a good issue. I like the fact that Sally finds out that when it gets nighttime and the dark Gaia spirits, or the dark Gaia power comes out at its strongest, that it influences the mind. It influences people's actions. And you have this argument between Sally and LED. You have this argument between them, and it's getting intensified. And then Sally's like, it just hits her like, oh my God, we keep staying out here long enough, we're gonna be at each other's throats even worse. So she basically, she takes the doctor inside, she warns Tails and Big that what's going on, gets them waking up because basically Big and Tails are like this, they're asleep. So she gets the doctor to safety. They get back inside the doctor's hut to safety, if I'm right. Oops, there goes the board. And again, we do kind of get some hints and everything. We get some backstory of, how things have been, how things became, and all that. You kind of get an idea of how Nicole came to be. I mean, matter of fact, Elia, I think that's her name. I'm trying to find it here. Yeah, Aaliyah, who wrote the script, even though the plot was put down by Ian. Aaliyah does a fantastic job of rewriting how Nicole got her body. She does play off of what the other female writer did when we first saw Nicole with her physical body. Who was that lady was the head writer of Sabrina when they did the manga version of Sabrina, the manga anime style for Sabrina's comic. Aaliyah basically rewrites the story arc to where, it's just like Sally waking up beforehand. It's just like before, Sally's waking up, seeing that, Nicole's gone or something's going on. But the thing is, Nicole, here's the thing though. Nicole's portable body, her handheld, I don't think disappeared in the original story. It was like Nicole just physically appeared because they were in that holographic area. Well, not holographic area, but because of the limitations that she had, she was still able to appear. Here in the rewrite of the origin, in the rewrite of the origin, Nicole again, Sally wakes up in the middle of the night, sees that the handheld is gone, and then sees what happened. Basically, sees Nicole had created her own artificial body, but just like in the original story, Nicole cannot maintain it for so long at that time, and all she really wanted to do was see the stars like Sally and everybody else did, and that's basically how they rewrite how Nicole got her physical body. And again, we do get clues, as to what's going on with Phage and her backstory. We find out that Phage's motives, courtesy of Eggman, are let's see, her motives, courtesy of Eggman, are to, get the rings, to get the red rings, get the Chaos Emerald, and all that. So basically, long story short, Sally sees the danger that's going on in the virtual world, tries to negotiate with Phage, say, hey, look, if we give you the red rings, will you let Nicole go? And Phage is like, no, I'm not going to do that. And we see earlier that when she keeps Nicole hostage, she's like, look, you could remain, I could keep you here forever, and your friends won't even know you're gone. Because I can basically manipulate your appearance. And this is where people kind of get the idea that there's a connection with Nikki and Phage, and that Nikki is Phage and Phage is Nikki. So, overall, basically, long story short, Sally realizes that she can't just stand by and let Nicole go through this. So basically, she takes off her vest. That's right, she actually takes her vest off. she takes off a vest, as we can see there. As you can see there, she takes off a vest. She gives one of her blades to LED, and she basically says, "Hey, look, I'm going to use the digitizer to go in and save my friend." Now, of course, LED is against it. He's like, "That's stupid. That's crazy. You can't do that. And you're a princess." And she basically tells him straight out. And this is one thing that everybody's been uploading on the forums, uploading this panel right here. I think you can see it. Well, basically, Sally tells LED, "Yeah, I am a princess, and that my family exists to serve its people." And she basically tells LED, "Look, I know, I get." Let's see. She basically tells LED that she gets that he didn't intend to create Nicole, and maybe that he doesn't like having her around, but she, Sally, is not going to stand by and let her friend get hurt, because to her, Nicole is a person worth saving. And that Nicole is not just some AI, it's her friend. She's a real being. She's flesh and blood. So basically we end the issue with her using the digitizer to arrive just in time to save Nicole from Phage basically assimilating her or doing something, and basically tells Phage, "Hey, you want Nicole? Come through me." And for some odd reason, as some people pointed out, she does get her other ring blade back in her vest when she goes to the virtual world, which I guess can be understandable, that if, let's say, you take something off like this, like if I take off the sweater and I was to go into virtual reality, I'd still have the sweater on, because that's how I was, I guess, looked at or something like that. That's projected into my mind. So overall, though, and I know I say that word a lot, but overall, I think it's a decent continuation. Like I said, I know that 74 is out now, and I plan to get it next week, hopefully sooner than this. And like I said, I think it's a decent continuation to Spark of Life. Now, according to some people over at the Sega forums in the cartoon comics section, they say 74 was bad. I don't really get what they're talking about. I don't know if they mean the story was bad. Is there a sacrifice? Does Nicole sacrifice herself, which would be impossible? What happens? We don't know. We do get a hint that, not to put spoilers out there, but we do get a hint that Nicole gets a super form. That's right, she gets a super form called Overclocked Nicole. That's what she gets according to a spoiler. So, but that's about all we get. That's all the hints we get, that it was bad, according to one person. One person says very deep words. I don't know. It's just some people are not really giving an exact detail of what's bad about it. Is it the story? Is it something that happens that may upset fans? We don't really know. But we do get a clue that the one spoiler clue that we get is Nicole gets a super form, courtesy of the Red Rings, called Overclocked Nicole. Now, again, we don't know what happens. We don't know if Nicole becomes corrupted. Obviously, that's not the case, because she wouldn't be in Champions if that was the case. And, what happens. We don't really know. So let me know what you guys think about it. But that is my first video review of a Sonic the Hedgehog comic book in 1080p 60 frames per second FPS. Let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. And I am out. And I am going to get the next issue next week. Peace out. God bless.